So, hi, my name is Ariana Dahlia. I am the Instruction and Outreach Librarian here at Schroeder Library, and today we'll be going over getting to know Google Scholar. So, as you may or may not know, Google Scholar is one more resource that you have through Concordia's library. We do recommend checking our databases first. However, Google Scholar can be another great resource for you if you have an article that's not immediately available in our collection before you place an interlibrary loan. Or it could also just be another great way to find some articles that just aren't showing up in our databases based on your keyword searching, even though they may be available. So how you're going to use Google Scholar is you can either type in your key terms, or if you know a specific article title, you can type that in here. For now, we'll just go ahead and say social media and education is what we'll look for in our example search. And we'll hit search. And then from here, you can see a variety of articles that pop up. It is important to note that the ones that will actually be available to you will have this little PDF or HTML link right here on the right-hand side. If it doesn't have that link, like on this first one, a lot of times you won't necessarily actually have access to it. It'll just take you to a publisher's webpage who will ask you to pay for it. Don't pay for the article, come back to us, we'll get it for you for free through interlibrary loans. But we'll go ahead and click on this as an example of that. You can see we have maybe one page, but it's not the entire article, where you might be able to get the abstract or see full article. And here we have that request for purchase. This one's almost $50. It's a little expensive when you're on a student budget, so come back to us, we'll get it for you for free. However, going back to Google Scholar, you can see we do have quite a few that actually are available for you that can be accessed just by clicking on this PDF link. And then sometimes it'll make you download them, other times it'll pop up just like this, and you'll have access to the article automatically. It is important to note, however, that with Google Scholar, there is no way to limit it to peer-reviewed articles. So this is something that you'll need to either do your due diligence by looking up the journal that it's in. For example, this one. We'll click on this pre-made citation, which is another resource you have through this Google Scholar, where you can get that pre-made citation and then double check it using our LibGuide for citations just to make sure proper formatting and information. But then you can take the journal title, copy it, head over to regular Google, type that in, and then sometimes it'll show up either right here on the side, or you can find the article's website and then look and see if it says it's peer reviewed through here. So this is one that's going to take a little bit. Here we go, peer review process. All submitted papers are subject to double-blind review, which means these papers are going to be peer reviewed. However, again, not all papers on Google Scholar will be that, so it'll just take that extra little measure of due diligence. Alternatively, you can copy and paste that title of the article, take it back to our databases, and see if it shows up peer reviewed there. But again, we have that handy dandy pre-made citation for you guys to use. Another really neat feature on here is this cited by link right here, where you can click that and see the research that has cited that original article in their works to see any more modern updates on this subject and any critiques of the article, praises of it, and just kind of where the research has gone from there, which is a really cool feature. Additionally, there's a related articles link right next to that, that you can click on that, and then it'll show you some additional research that's related that, again, might not be coming up on our databases, but is still available for you here. It may also be available on our databases, and just with keyword searching, might be using ever so slightly of a different word that hasn't quite linked on the database. But there's that. And then another cool feature is if you're using Google Scholar and you're signed in to your account, you can also use this save feature where you can save an article. We'll click save, and then you can even create different labels. Save it to that. Hit done. And then under these 3 lines, under My Library, you'll see all your different saved articles that you have saved. This will happen as long as you're signed in to your account, which is signing in through your either Eagles email or personal Gmail account. Just make sure you take note of which account you're signed on to on Google so you know which one it's saving under. And then from here, you can manage the different labels, create different labels. And then another neat feature is you can actually link Google Scholar to Concordia's library, which can be done by hitting these 3 bars again, going under Settings, Library Links, and then from here, we'll type in Schroeder Library. We'll hit Search. We'll connect the button. We'll hit Save. And then from here, we can go back to Google Scholar, type in that social media and education again, and then you'll see this one says full text at CUI. That means it's available in our catalog and we have it accessible for you. So you can click on that, and then it'll take you to our record of it, and you can see that. And then, so that's basically Google Scholar. Another neat feature is, in addition to articles, you can also look up case law if that's something that's relevant to your research as you're doing research. Nexus Uni is our equivalent to that, but this is another feature where you could look up, say, First Amendment and education. We could search here, and then we can see some different court cases that might be interesting to look up either through here or taking it back to Nexus Uni, which is our sort of legal database, to kind of dig deeper into that. You can kind of narrow down through here. Additionally, you can change the date range, much like you would on either OneSearch or EBSCO, by using either custom range or clicking any of these dates. So if we wanted to say last 5 years, and this will be the same under the articles as well. Search, and then that'll edit those to the ones that are within that time range. And we'll hop back over to articles. And then another thing is there's an option where you can create an alert, which will just kind of give you an information on if any other information has come up since your last search. That could be a neat feature if you're not finding a ton, because maybe it's a super niche research article or angle that you're taking for your research. You want to see if something comes out. Not a great resource if you need something immediately, but if you have time to work over it for a long period, that could be a really cool tool for you guys to use. And that is basically how you use Google Scholar. Are there any questions?
I don't think so.
Okay, so thank you for joining us. Pretty much it. So.
Thank you.